We all have our own guilty pleasures in life, or undeath as the case may be. They may not be good or healthy, but they're little things we do once in a while that give us a little bit of much-needed satisfaction. Maybe it's an extra dessert from a fast food menu. Maybe it's a couple of hours spent gaming when you know you have work in the morning. Maybe it's an attempt to demoralize a city you want to conquer by showing them the bodies of their... One of my guilty pleasures, which has nothing to do with world domination anymore, is a low-budget horror film that was made more recently than my usual fare around here. Some folks might consider it the Five Nights at Freddy's knockoff movie you watched because the real one hadn't been filmed yet. I consider it the gold standard of cheap B-movie production. When a quiet wanderer experiences car trouble just outside of a remote town, a local business owner offers him a deal. Spend the night cleaning Willy's Wonderland, the town's family restaurant, and he'll pay for all necessary auto repairs. But what the traveler doesn't know is that he's just the latest victim to be sacrificed to the spirits haunting the restaurant's animatronics. It's 8 possessed robots hunting a single janitor. But the robots are about to learn that some prey doesn't go down easily. I love this movie. I really do. It's not high art. It's not high budget. Heck, it's probably not even mid-budget. And with one delightful exception, it's not particularly well acted. What it is absolutely unpretentious and unapologetically devoted to its one major selling factor: watching Nic Cage beat the tar out of haunted animatronics. That's what the trailers promised, and that's what the movie delivers. And if you go into this with the appropriate expectations, you're going to have a fun time. What's surprising about this, though, is that it actually is well made for its limited production values. The story is lean, and outside of a couple of exposition dumps, it moves at a brisk pace. And because the effects budget is clearly so low, there's a greater dependence on physical props and costumes. Not only does this give us several bright and uniquely designed animatronic characters, but it adds a brutal, satisfying, and cathartic weight to the fight scenes that we wouldn't get otherwise. The cheap nature of the sets also adds to their believability. With its gaudy colors, simple room designs, and prevalent graffiti, Willy's Wonderland could easily pass for a dilapidated children's restaurant in real life. What is of high quality, astonishingly enough, is the soundtrack. Low notes and slow, drawn-out tempos work well to build suspense in the quieter moments, and faster pounding rhythms heighten the excitement of the action scenes. Even the light jingles of Willy and his friends are remarkably well done. Much like the set designs, they wouldn't be out of place in a real-world children's restaurant. The Willy's Wonderland theme song in particular has no business sounding as good as it does. The supporting cast is made up of largely unknown actors who turn in serviceable performances. But let's not beat around the bush. We're here for Nic Cage and Nic Cage alone. The man's unconventional acting talent has practically made him a genre unto himself, and he brings all that energy to his performance here, despite having no dialogue whatsoever. His janitor is a quiet man, with an intense focus on his work and his travels, but there are some definite oddities beneath the surface, whether they manifest as a love of pinball, a strange fixation on scheduled breaks, or a hidden thirst for blood and violence. I have never wanted to be a janitor so much in my life. Or a loose definition of life, that is. The janitor's combination of abnormal silence and odd quirks is what carries this movie, and I can't think of anyone other than Nic Cage to fit the role. Willy's Wonderland was a box office flop, but it did see home release on DVD, Blu-ray, and even 4K. Like I said earlier, it's never going to be considered high cinema, but if you're looking for some dark humor, brutal action, and a story that doesn't take itself too seriously, then this movie definitely deserves a place on your shelf. Thank you for joining me in this brief look into the archives of my vault. If this story interests you, please feel free to like this video and to comment on what you enjoy about it. And if you would be kind enough to share this video, it will not only help my channel to grow, which I appreciate, but it will bring more attention to these older or lesser known works.